Good morning, good morning. I'm in Anguilla. Uh, we came here, me and my band and my manager, we came here on Wednesday. Today's Friday. We had an experience on the flight, a very small plane coming over from St. Martin to Anguilla. It was a chartered flight. When we went on the plane, before we went on it, I realized some of my band members started joking about how small it was. A week or so before that, I told my manager I didn't want to go on it. I don't like the small planes. But he was like, oh, we covered. And, I said, well, Miles Monroe was covered, and I remember Aaliyah along with, other people on these small planes. I don't like them. I normally don't like them. Over the years I've been flying, I never liked them. Anyway, when we got to St. Martin at first, one of the agents who was supposed to allow us to board she wasn't familiar with the name of the airlines, of the airline. And she was asking for the boarding pass, even though we were showing her that little stub, and it said boarding pass. So I explained to her, it said, boarding pass, and she went to her room and asked about it, and then she allowed us to go on. We were escorted to the runway, and we went, and some of the band members, as I told you before, was joking. So I didn't know, like, they were scared of going on that flight, so they were using jokes to maybe take away that nervousness. So one was saying, this is a wing plane, and I'm like, no, it's a banana plane, like a banana boat, it's small. So anyway, we went on, and they were joking, and I, kind of joined the jokes, and I was saying, anyway, I was saying something about, if anything, I would jump over my manager head because he's at the window. So the pilot showed us the life jacket and stuff, and I put one in my lap, but then I put it back in the seat pocket. While this is something, normally the pilot check the door, like recheck and make sure it's locked. But he was saying, let me pass by. So he passed, but two other men who escort us to the door, to the plane. He said to one of them, can you lock the door? Can you close the door? But he didn't answer to say yes or no. But, he started trying to lock the door, and the door wasn't closing. Like a few times he slammed the door and it wasn't closing. And he was at the front telling him what to do. He didn't work with that airline. Like, yes, he does escort us, to the plane, but he was not the one to close the door. All right, so the door wasn't closing. And then the last time he tell him what to do, and he closed the door. But somehow in my spirit, I thought, I was thinking it wasn't really closed. And not just me alone, but one of the band members was saying something too. But he said it's closed because the lights went off. When the lights goes out, that means it's locked. So he's asking, are you all right? And the pilot said, yes, everything is good. And we there, say, let's pray, And my manager said, wait till, when we were saying, let's pray, the manager waited until the pilot comes in. So, sit down, everything. He said everything is good. So we held on and we prayed, But at the end of the prayer, like I kind of make a joke, like I pray and say, we're going up, we're gone. And then I say, up with God. But in my spirit, I said, maybe you shouldn't end the prayer like that, or not maybe, but why you end the prayer like that? Like, something in me was saying I shouldn't end the prayer like that, or, So I start praying again. And then I start praying another prayer again. But I mean by myself, just praying. But they were hearing me pray, because he started the engine, and the one of the propeller was like, it took a while to spin. Then the other one, and I prayed again. So the plane lift up, and then we over the water. We hear boom. And I hear when one of my band members said, the door open, So the breeze was coming in hard, and the door is like half here, the bottom and the top. So the top open, you have a door that's split in two, like half is up and the other half. I grab it because they were trying to grab the part that opened, but the breeze wouldn't allow them to. So I say to my armor bearer, grab the door, and she's grabbing, and the band member is grabbing, but the breeze took it up. So I hang on to the bottom part, like really pull it in, because I remember, I remember seeing where people flew out of planes in the seats, even the seat goes with them in it. So in my mind, I'm looking at the fear. I'm looking at the fear on one of the band members' face, and I'm thinking my armor bearer, this is her first trip. Oh my God, my mind flashing her baby. So I grabbed the other half of the door so hard. I grabbed it and I wouldn't let go. I said to the pilot, turn round, land it. Because I'm thinking, we're not far away from the runway. We just, go up in the sky. So it's not far. So I said, turn round, land it, I realized that one of the other band members, like, he froze. He was frozen, like, and you're like telling him to, and he's stretching, but he couldn't reach over. The one that was closest to the door, like, he hold on to his seatbelt. Maybe he was telling us after that he was planning to loose it a bit too. And I'm like, that's not, you shouldn't even think that. But anyway, it was like a movie. It was like a movie. I could hear me shouting when the breeze coming in, turn it around, land it. Because when I think I'm like, oh, I'm the reason why everyone is here. My manager was so calm. He was so calm at the front because he was there sitting next to the pilot. But he's checking out the pilot, asking him if he's all right. But we can't really hear, and he can't. I don't think they could hear us shout like. So I shouted. Anyway, I remember after I said, turn it round, land it. Like I'm telling him to bring it back. I remember something in me said, pray. But listen. You see, after we prayed, and after I prayed again, and I prayed again, I was telling them that angels are there. I said, there's hope, there's unity, there's love. I start telling them where the angels were. And I said, God is up here with us. The angels are situated on the wings. Hope is out there. Because I remember I said something about peace and unity in the prayer. So I said, unity is out there on the wing. Joy is over there. And hope is there. And, so I was, like, I'm dispatching these angels, I'm thinking, God dispatched them here already, so don't worry about it. And they say, you're afraid or something like that. I said, no, man, I'm afraid, roll with God, I'm afraid. But I realized they were, so like we giving jokes to, break the ice, because I realized they really didn't, a few of them didn't really like that plane for real. Anyway, it was something. It was something. It was an experience, but I remember saying, pray. After I said, Tony roll, land it, I realized the pilot was still going ahead. So I said, pray. And I started praying out, just praying out loud. My armor bearer, she bowed her head and she was praying, but I couldn't hear her pray, She was telling me, blood coverage, And I was, in my spirit, I said, God ain't bringing us to do this mission for us to die here, And, when I thought about the 10 minutes that my manager had told me, he said it was a 10-minute flight. So I was like, okay, it's 10 minutes. And I held that door till my hand hurt. When he was coming down now, like he kind of was, the plane was like, we saw where the other half of the door was coming down. So we realized that it wasn't broken off. We thought it was because we couldn't see it anymore. And I said, hold it. And the young man at the door was trying to hold it. But he couldn't hold it, and I said to my armor bearer, grab it. And she grabbed at it, and it didn't work. And then she grabbed again. And I grabbed onto the band member pants, his shorts, to hold him, while he was grabbing. But then my armor bearer grabbed it. It was her first flight, our first experience, first traveling on a plane. So anyway, I tell you, one of them was using his video, but it's all over the place. But when we landed, that's another part of it. I didn't know that the pilot was shaking up like that until we landed. But there's another part that I'm not ready to speak about yet. But just know, God took us on this mission. And the devil didn't want us to come here. But God took us here safe, because we could have died. We could have just died over that water, in that water, and we came and we went to a prison yesterday and ministered there. And I was telling them, on our way coming here, the door of the plane, opened up while we were over the water. I tell you, what a God we serve, eh? What a mighty God. What a powerful, awesome, loving, gracious,